dancehall me from creation.
Yes, lords and motherfuckers, this is Sam Spanner. And I'm with my legendary cousin.
Adam Shagem.
And we're also with our very special guest, David R. David Reaper. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Living the dream?
Apparently... Oh, yeah.
Always.
Living on the wind, mate. Oh, fuck me. Oh, well, Dave, how are you getting on with your old wank injury?
Oh, I'm still off work, man. I've been off for ages. I still got ages off as well. So
how long have you got?
It's nice. About 3 months.
3 months?
Oh, fucking beautiful.
I've been off for nearly a month.
Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking
brilliant. I'll tell you what, the time flies by when you're not at work.
Yeah.
But just to clarify, so was it surgery on the carpal tunnel again or something?
Yeah, it was on the other hand this time. So
you're ambidextrous now. You swapped over the mouse in one hand and then wanking away with the other one now.
Well, they did my dominant hand last time, so this time's a bit easier. But yeah, man, that operation was okay, but there were some bits to it that were like horrible.
Yeah,
as you can imagine.
Fucking hell. What were you put to sleep when you had it done?
Nah, so you lay there with your arm out, and they put like a sheet over you so you can't see them. You can't see what they're doing, and then like they inject this numbing stuff in your wrist. Because there's not a lot of room in your wrist, it makes your skin expand. So there's like a massive pressure on your wrist. And I looked at it, and it's just like, oh, it looks like there's like a broad bean under my skin. You know.
Fucking hell.
Eventually, that passed, and then they cut. Like I could feel them cutting me, and then it didn't hurt. It was just odd. But then the further they got to the middle of my palm, I was like, oh, that's quite sharp. So they, right, nurse, more anaesthetic. And then loved it a bit more, and then that was, and then other than that, you just like feel what they're doing, but it doesn't hurt. But they put a tourniquet around my arm. And when that was on there for about 20 minutes, and when they took it off, it was as if I was having to grip a cactus because my fingertips were just like felt like I was being constantly stabbed.
Oh, fuck.
See, the blood going back in was probably the worst bit of all of it, to be fair.
Shit. So, just for the listeners, those that have maybe missed some of the David R specials, you're an undertaker, really, aren't you? You work with the dead.
I do. Not at the minute, but I'm saying that home apart.
Would you say that this sort of repetitive strain injury comes from having to, carry the heavy coffins around and stuff?
I'd definitely say that my job puts a lot of strain on my hands and my wrists. It's the coffins, not so much. It's more the people down, like carrying them on a stretcher, like downstairs. When you've got like a 30-stone bloke, you've got to get from a top floor flat. And like if they were in a coma, you'd have the fire brigade, the ambulance service, everyone there. But as soon as they pass away, right, you two lads, fuck off, take a stretcher, and that's about it, really.
Me.
So
so basically, you do a bit of bobsleighing down the stairs with them.
I'll tell you what, we've got this cricket bag that we use for really tight corners and stuff, and there's been times it's like, Wayne, if Wayne's at the head, if you let go, I'm jumping on this bag and riding it down. I'm not letting it squash me because it would crush you otherwise. I haven't had it yet, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it's a bit varied.
Yeah, well, today's episode is basically about how we are all somehow Shartaholics. So we've all had mishaps in and around the bathroom area. and the holy toilet that is. So I'm going to just go straight over to Adam Shagem, and I would like you, mate, to enlighten us about what happened to your mum the other week during the. It was it Boxing Day or something?
I didn't think you were going to start with this, but fuck it.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit like the story that your mum told you about when she was in front of the conference and drank a really sweet cup of tea and didn't like it and spat out and farted. Why she would give
Farted
you
on stage.
why she would give you that information of all people. So basically, this situation is kind of the same. Why my mum would pass on this information to me, knowing full well that I'm not going to keep it a secret. But I think all records were broken. It was either Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day. We officially had a 7 flush.
Wow, that
A
is
fucking
impressive.
royal flush.
I've never heard of anything.
I'd say mine's maybe a 4 or 5, but not a 7.
Yeah. Do you know something?
Fuck.
Hand on heart,
What's it?
I've never gone beyond a 2 ever.
No
Fucking
way.
hell. Oh, I've definitely done more than a 2.
Well, I've got those economical toilets that they're really small. So unless you're really good at target practice, you're always going to hit the side.
Oh fuck!
And honestly,
Mate,
they did studies like people. My toilets are at least a 2 flush every time. Because of that.
So they're not economical. At the end of the day, they're not environmentally friendly.
No.
Well, they are for a number 1. For number
okay.
1's okay, I guess.
Yeah. You vomit. You end up pushing your fucking forearm down the U-bend. Oh, fucking classic anecdote that was. That was in one of the old specials.
Yes.
Now, Dave, before we continue, I believe the other week you'd let slip that you'd had a mishap recently in a restaurant. Was it in a Brazilian restaurant or something?
We managed to get rid of the kids for the weekend, and the girls are going to go to a concert that John and I had no interest in going in at all.
Magic Mike.
So we went to IndyCar instead, which is fine. But before the restaurant, we went to my brother's quite obsessed with Brazilian restaurants, and I quite like them as well. So it's like, right, it's kind of for his birthday. Okay. We'll go to Brazilian, all you can eat meat, with a vegetarian. Because my brother's sister's vegetarian, so all you can eat meat restaurant wasn't fantastic, but never mind. And they were like, "Oh, would you like some sirloin steak? Oh, go on then. Fillet steak? Yeah. All right." And literally, usually when I go, it's like all chicken because it's cheap. But this place was all the top quality beef.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, okay, fillet, yeah, lovely. Rump, oh, go on then. And I got to the point I was so uncomfortable. I was like, oh, I need a puke. It's got to be done. So I went to the loo, had a quick power puke, come back, carried on with some more beef because it was so nice, obviously. And then my wife was like, "Oh, have you been sick? Maybe a little bit." Carried on. And then I thought, oh, I'm comfortable again. And then went to the toilet, another power puke, and then had dessert.
Fucking, my eyes are pissing. Dave, mate, you're such a fucking Roman.
I could taste it coming up as well. I could have got a retaste of it too. There's people that can't afford to put food on their plate. There's me puking it up.
Oh, fucking, I can't stop laughing.
And yeah, that was my highlight of the hot.
Just once but twice.
Well, I don't like being uncomfortable.
Did you use a different toilet?
Oh no, I like a bit of repetitiveness. I like to use the same one. There was no one in there, thank goodness. Otherwise, they might have given me some funny looks when I come out.
Oh,
Be like, that's all you can eat, mate. What you looking at?
Well, I know. Surely that's what everyone does, isn't it? And all you can eat. Or is it just me?
oh, I tell you, it reminds me of my wife's cousin Emmy, the one who had the that bar with the raw chicken wings.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Anyway, that bloke, he's got such a delicate tummy because he's addicted to coke and caffeine and shit,
Yeah.
and it just hits his fucking rectum like anything. So, and this happened last year. Obviously, we've just in the turn of the new year. Fuck me, he went on because he had God knows how much coke and coffee. Then he went onto the mixers with mixing it with the rum,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he went to this fucking. He was in a bar or something, and then there was no physical toilet. It was just a urinal, and he knew he was gonna fucking spray.
Why would they not have a toilet?
I don't know, because in a lot of bars over here, they purposely don't have a shitter for the blokes. They just want urinals. So he had to fucking go into the girls' toilets. And there was only one toilet. And he didn't get there in time. And he fucking sprayed up the back of the bog. Fucking brown rain. And apparently, after he said he did feel a bit better, but he had a proper delicate fucking bowels that evening because then the boys were proper knocking back the shots.
Yeah.
And then after they'd been drinking for a while, they got the munchies, but there were 6 of them for a 5-seater car. And because he was a short ass, they ended up throwing him in the boot of the car, and he started. He started having a panic. He had a panic attack because he was feeling claustrophobic. And he fucking vomited and shat himself in the boot.
Imagine opening that boot. Smelling
I
it
know.
like a wall.
Oh, fuck me. And then the lads ended up in Burger King, and then he had to just walk the rest of the way home. Oh, fucking nightmare.
Fucking hell.
Oh, mate, Ed, I was going to ask you, mate.
Yeah.
So obviously in the last episode you'd mentioned that you had a bit of an accident when you were at the depot.
Yeah.
You had a bit of a nugget moment, but if you had any more recent or highlight memories of 2022, where you've had another van accident?
I'm trying to think, to be honest with you.
The joys of not working next to a toilet.
Oh, mate, honestly, it's horrendous. Luckily, I have lots of fields to go in if I need to, but it's
for a shit.
Yeah, but
compete with the cows.
Do you not take like a little commode with you? Or a little potty? No, it's my daughter's potty, mate.
Yeah,
you should take one with you as a toilet paper.
Yeah,
you'd be fucking balls deep in the shit, mate.
So I just got an image of that then.
No,
thunderballs.
Like I can't think of anything that's happened to me per se out on the road, but like just before Christmas, it was really cold over here. Like we had snow and all that shit, and and basically it was like well cold like all day. And one of the guys was I was actually inside the depot, just getting my bits and pieces together. And he comes running in, he's like, quick, out of the way, I need a piss. And then, because I work with a lot of older guys, and they've obviously got prostate problems, and they can't hold on.
Amen to that.
Yeah. And he's like, quick, out of the way, I need a piss. And he managed to dive through to the toilet. And we've just got like this one toilet, that's just a normal toilet, no urinal. And all of a sudden I heard, oh, for fuck's sake. And then he come out, I was like, what's the matter? He's like, oh, I only went and pissed on my hands because my dick was so small.
Fucking acorn syndrome.
Mate, honestly, it's really bad. Literally working outside in the cold is the worst. And because normally, like, if you're working out in the cold, like literally, you could go for a piss, and then 20 minutes later you need another piss because if you get a chill, that's it, right? And,
yeah.
There's numerous times that I've held on, thinking I've only just been for a piss like 20 minutes ago, and there was this one time, probably about November time, and I was like, I'm going to hold on. And then eventually I was like, right, I've got to pull over. And because I was so cold, my dick went inverted and I fucking like champagne sprayed everywhere. I literally had to. I literally dropped my trousers down past my knee so I didn't piss all over them. So if you'd have seen me, I was literally like drop trowel in the lay-by with my arse and balls hanging out.
I've got a picture of that.
Yeah. Courier problem,
Mate, you need to ask Manscaped to come up with some kind of double sack protector or something.
Well, like a Willy
if you ever need to take a no, but for your ball sack.
Yeah, oh mate, honestly,
some kind of like
it's horrendous. Yeah, it was horrendous. I was like, because I was starting to get worried. Because I was like, well, I've gone past the point of that. You know, when you need a piss, then you hold on.
Yeah,
you've got that safety area where you know that you can hold on for a bit longer.
Yeah.
You've got a chance to like, get it out in time and stuff. But I'd gone past that point, and I was like, I could feel it, like leaving my bladder, and I'm like, no, I haven't got hold of my dick. I can't find it.
Don't you find that you play with yourself so much to stop it that your dick goes numb?
Yeah.
Do you get that?
So I was like, where is it? Where is it? Shit. But yeah. It's
all you see is some like fucking Chad, like the stitching between your balls and your belt.
But did I tell you the story about the one time that I did actually piss myself in the van?
I think you did.
I don't think so. Not for me. Have you said it on this before?
I can't.
I think you've said it on a poddy before.
I can't. Well, anyway, right. For those who haven't heard this story.
Hold on, we've got Ford Capri coming.
I daren't. I think I'm going to shit myself if I do one. I'm holding one here. I'm holding it in.
Brown rain in Suffolk.
You can do it in the clean bedding later, mate.
Nothing's coming.
But yeah. So I was. It was May of. When was it? Must have been 2020, I think. Yeah. Around that time, anyway. It was during lockdown, right? There was hardly anywhere open because obviously they were shut. And it was quite warm. It had like a really nice, like
Indian summer.
Well, an early summer, whatever you want to call it. So I thought, right, okay, I'm gonna wear my shorts. And this was like the beginning of May, which I never do.
Okay.
And was it May or March or May anyway?
Acid reflux.
It was the early part of the year before shorts come out in the and I was doing my round and I stopped because I have like locations where I go for a piss and know I can get away with it, sort of thing. So I kind of timed my day around that.
Like typical.
Yeah,
like a typical Sovo.
Oh yeah,
station.
you've got to have it when you're on the road, isn't you? Really.
Or a big tree, something like that. You can hide behind.
I'm a bit more classy than that. I prefer a building and a toilet, but yeah, tree will do, I guess.
Or like one of the guys at work who was so bad he was delivering in one of the estates in Colchester, and he was nowhere near a toilet, so he pulled his van up to a load of council garages and opened his back door and pulled his van right up close, went through the side door and out the back door and went for a shit. Anyway,
on that note,
so yeah, I'm nearly finished my day. I had about, I don't know, 15, 20 deliveries left in a very, very condensed area. And
yeah,
I was like, right, okay, at the end of this road, there's a petrol station. So if I can make it to there, I can go for a slash and I'll be fine. Anyway, cut a long story short, I got caught at a set of temporary traffic lights.
Okay.
And I'd already gone past the point of holding on. And I was way past.
You're looking at the
point.
Bottle, your water
And
bottle, thinking, "Can I piss in this?"
Well, yeah, this is it. Now, unfortunately for me, a bottle won't suffice because I am of the larger persuasion, and aim and accuracy doesn't happen.
Oh, come on! Oasis bottles are huge. You should invest in one.
Yeah, I didn't have an away. But I only had a Coca-Cola bottle at the time, right? And I sat at these traffic lights. You don't want to know, son. And yeah, I sat at these traffic lights, and I was like, "Shit, I really need a piss." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then I had this feeling, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was actually pissing, sitting down in my van at a set of traffic lights. I fucking soaked the cab.
Oh.
I was just like, it went through the seat, it went everywhere.
Oh.
And I was like,
you can't get how you get it out, either. You can't exactly just take the seat out and wash it, can you?
Well, no, exactly.
You just sit enjoying piss for the rest of the year.
So I ended up sacking the rest of the day off. The rest of the deliveries. I was like, well, I can't go up to someone's door saying, "Here's your delivery," and sorry about the piss stain.
Were they light coloured shorts or were they dark?
They were dark.
So if they were like light grey and they're really, really obvious, that would be brilliant. That's a funny pattern on your shorts there to miss the delivery driver.
Yeah, that's it. So, but yeah, so I ended up coming home. And then went for another stonking piss because that's how much I held it in. And then it took me about an hour, maybe longer, to actually dry and clean the inside of my van. So I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" Because what had happened is it had gone through the driver's seat onto the cab floor, and obviously behind the driver's seat you have a bulkhead to stop anything from the back coming through. But they're not sealed. That's just literally they're just screwed in on the side. So I opened the back doors and there was a big puddle of piss in the back.
How much come out of you?
Public.
Like a racehorse.
Mate, honestly, it was like a fucking elephant.
Do you reckon that's why you got so many electrical problems with your vehicle,
well,
mate?
You never know.
Short-circuited by piss.
You fucking melted some wires with some battery acid.
I mean, I've spent years on the road, doing long. Not long, but hours at a time, and I've never pissed myself in the van or the car.
Yeah. But where'd you go for pisses? Do you have to do it in like the?
Oh no, this was in my old job
or something.
But in the new jobs, I've never even asked. Like when I go to someone's house, it's like, I'm dying for a slash. I really can't ask them. Can I use your toilet? Sometimes, like if it.
By the way, you come to pick up your dead. Like you can't exactly go up to someone's house and say, "Yeah, we're here to pick up your husband, but I really need a shit."
I mean, they probably wouldn't mind if I needed a piss, but like, how could you ask that? It's just like quite inappropriate. That's why I never have. Although I've been really tempted a few times.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how if I did a shit there, it actually improve the smell sometimes in some people's houses.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that, we've all got in common apart from being Shartaholics is we've got daughters, and I'm sure you've had some awkward moments where they needed to go for a shit or something. And I remember once like obviously my daughter, she was just big enough to sit on the toilet seat, and she was there, legs wide open, and then the next thing was fucking rank as fuck. She'd done this massive fucking log and a half. This Yule log went bang right in the toilet, torpedo bombed it, and then she got a fucking splash that went up her front and onto her mouth. She was like,
"What the fuck?"
I was like, oh. I don't know if you boys have had any mishaps with your daughters.
We was at
maybe
home and one of mine got up in the night for the loo. And I just hear, "Daddy, Daddy," and I went in there and she sat with the lid down, the top lid. Didn't realise it just pissed everywhere. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! But we used to have one where
towel job,
because if my kids went for a crap and it would just go pew, down the U bend. There'd be no literally as if it didn't exist. So is it a ghost poo?
Ghost
yes,
poo.
Daddy, it's a ghost poo. And they come and after that, oh, Daddy, I've done a ghost poo. Oh, brilliant! Have you still flushed? Yes. All right. Have you washed your hands?
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. I mean, there's something brilliant about ghost poo because once you've done it and there's nothing there and you go for a wipe and you've had a good clear out and the paper's clean.
When you get our age, you're like,
champion.
Did I actually do a shit? I can't even remember. There's no evidence of it's in there. But, when you start to lose your memory a little bit, like me. So, did I even go?
Oh, mate.
Right. I'm talking of mishaps with kids. I've actually got a very, very recent one, actually.
Okay.
It was Christmas
Day.
Day.
Recent.
Yeah.
It is. And the kids were fucking stuffing their faces, as kids do. You're like, stop eating. And they were like, oh no, I'm still hungry, so they were banging away.
They had a power puke in the toilet because they wanted some more.
They haven't been to your school, the school of power puke yet.
Sorry, carry on.
But no, that's all good. And I've put my eldest to bed. She was like, "Oh, I've got stomachache," and so occasionally she's always like, "Oh, my belly hurts." I was like, "Oh, well, just go for shit and you'll be all right." I was like, do you need to go to the toilet? No, I went earlier. I was like, all right, well, just lay down and you'll be fine. And about an hour later, because how it is in the kids' bedroom, we've got a normal bed and then we've got this I can't remember the name of it. It's like a bunk bed, but it's up high.
Yeah.
And it fits above the other one, but like in an L shape. So,
like a caravan one.
The head of one kid is sort of. So the head of one kid is above the feet of the other kids. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Anyway, cut long story short, about an hour later, all of a sudden we heard my youngest crying her eyes out. I was like, "What the bloody hell's going on?" And Leanne ran in there, and my youngest just sat there upright in bed, going, she just was all sick over me, and basically my eldest is literally in her sleep because she's had a severe cough and infection, and she was obviously coughing in the night, and she was like,
that's horrendous.
Fucking acid rain.
So the next night when we put my youngest to bed, she's like, she's not going to throw up on me tonight, is she? I was like, no.
The head.
No, she's not.
Going to do it again. That's really
funny. I'm so sorry for her.
Mate, that is nasty. I tell you what sort of sets the bowel movements off. It's the old coffee. I mean, I know I mentioned Emmy having the old caffeine overdose, but when I had to cut out the coffee at work because when I'd have the after lunch coffee, immediately as I'd finished, I'd end up going to the reception and to the bogs next to the reception because no one really uses them that much.
Because you fucked them
mate,
up.
I would just, mate, I'd empty my fucking bowels religiously every day at about 2:30, and then I remember my colleague Jake, the one who's an Essex boy as well. He gets fucking
fuck that.
toilet shy.
I'll never get drunk.
And I'm like, I say, you coming for a game of battleships? And he's like, actually, no, I'll come back later. 15 minutes had passed. And as soon as I heard the main gents toilet openers, and I just randomly went, Jake, I ain't finished yet. And he went, oh, fuck off, Sam.
I don't get that with coffee, really. I know, I know some people do, but coffee doesn't really set me off bowel-wise, luckily.
Black coffee does.
It doesn't do it
Black
for me at
coffee
all.
sets me off.
Do you remember my mate Dom, the one who's 7 foot HB pencil?
Yeah.
He's right. So he went to Italy a few years ago, and he said, he wanted to try out the black coffee out there, the proper Italian espresso.
Yeah.
And they come in sort of like shot mugs.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had one, and he's like, oh, this is delicious, but he felt that he hadn't had enough to quench his thirst. So he got another 4 or 5. And when he they went back to the hotel, and as they were checking out, he'd already handed over the room keys, and he asked the receptionist if they had an extra toilet available. And he said the doors were like old wooden paper thin stuff. Everyone would have heard him empty his bowels.
Oh, bloody hell.
I had a really bad cough the other day.
No, but
and it was like a that whole body shake cough. And I've been doing it for ages. I was like, will this fucking go away? And I was like, oh. I'd cough so hard, some poo would come out. I don't know. I was pulling muscles in my stomach because I was coughing so loud. And I was like, I'm trying to run upstairs.
Old slack ring.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Did you have to throw away the underpants?
No, luckily, no.
Getting you lease of life
have you ever had it like...
just a nugget.
When the kids, when you've been bathing them, have they ever shat the bath? Because mine, I never had.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, I've had that. It's the funniest thing you've ever fucking seen in your life, honestly.
It's like the in-betweeners, I can imagine.
Mate, this was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Mate, I remember my daughter about 4 years back. We stuck her in... Oh, I can hear a bit of feedback or something. You boys still there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. I was rubbing the corner of the laptop.
I heard something.
A bit of ADHD.
Oh, that's the one. Didn't know if you were giving the modem.
I was only rubbing this. It's like a soft corner on my laptop screen. I was just rubbing it.
Fuck. But so I was saying, my daughter was about 4 years ago. We'd stuck her in the baby bath. As soon as we'd put her in, there was the descent. The fucking world fell out of her ass, and the water turned brown straight away. It was just full on diarrhea.
Minestrone soup.
Grim as anything.
Oxtail.
I
don't think mine.
Mate, it was rank. Yeah. But I remember, I think if you not that long ago, I think you'd reminded me about my brother's sort of major school achievement. Not that he got good grades or anything, but apparently he'd gone throughout the whole of education without ever doing a shit at school.
I do get it, but at the same time, if you're busting, just fucking go. You know, I'd much rather get embarrassed in a public loo than have shit run down my leg. No? Is that not logical?
Mate, the Alpha Blokes were saying earlier in one of their poddies that there's these public toilets in Queensland where they've got like, instead of a proper lock on the toilets, they've got a timer lock, and then they unlock after 1 minute 30 seconds to stop
Okay, yeah.
junkies from
Right.
having overdoses in them. So I thought, fuck me, hey, who the fuck can have a good shot and then have time to do a rescue wipe afterwards in the 1 minute 30?
No.
Exactly.
You haven't got any fucking time. Whoa.
No, that's it. You know,
So
a minimum of 20 minutes.
No.
Minimum.
yeah,
I swear I could probably be in and
I mean,
out within
if you,
about 2 minutes.
Right,
If that sometimes.
there's,
oh, I can't do that.
well, there's two types. There's either the ghost, which is a quick
Yeah.
job, or there's the get your phone out, watch YouTube, and hunker down for a couple of hours.
Yeah, avoid the family, get a moment's peace and quiet.
That is normally what happens to me. But then also, I have read a report online, a medical report, that doing that,
Okay.
so hunkering down for a while, can cause, in later life, hemorrhoids,
Yeah, I heard
stroke.
that. Well, I don't know about the
cancer
stroke
of the
bit,
anus.
but I've heard about if you sit on the toilet for too long, you can get piles.
Yeah.
Rosebud.
Is that what you've called yours, is it?
Oh no, mine are Gary and Phil Neville, my dangleberries.
No, I think my mum, she
Terrence
told me
and
when I
Phil.
was younger, like if you sit on the toilet for too long, or if you sit on like the curb when it's cold for too long, it'll give you piles.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've never been blessed with any of those grapes yet.
Oh, mate, honestly.
Oh, mate, you're lucky.
It's the curb thing is a myth. That is because it was actually, there was an extra bit on this report, and it was like what can cause, like sitting on concrete and stuff like that. That's actually incorrect, but it's a sitting down.
I mean, Dave, you break through concrete with your fucking arse. That's why Rohedge is full of detached fucking curbs.
Wasn't it?
His arm.
Thunder farts, mate.
But yeah, no. But also, like, oh dear. But yeah, like, also, in this report, it was also about in the Western world why there's so much like bowel cancer and stuff, and it's because we use toilet paper rather than a bidet, and that's all to do with it as well. So apparently,
do you not find a bidet a bit rank?
Cuts the risk.
Yeah, I just wash my hand, wash my arse with my fingers.
You're more modern now.
Is that not a bit rank?
No.
Mate, I'd's fucking decades ahead because you used to use the wet flannels.
Oh, you want to bin that?
No, but if I had room for a bidet, I definitely would, because they are an amazing piece.
My dad had one at his old house.
Have you ever
but like
one?
you've got to squat over it and wipe your ass with your hand. That's just, I just think it's off.
Well,
no, you let the water do the work first.
Oh, that ain't for me.
But it depends, because you've got, over in this part of the world, the bidets are normally just sort of, they got a normal tap. It's not like the Japanese ones, which spray your bum hole, you know?
Yeah.
Messy.
I mean, these ones come out and tap, and you've got to sort of like, do a good old fish hook and get your hand covered in soap.
That doesn't sound appealing to me.
Do the whole fucking car polish.
No,
I mean,
I'd only use one with like if it has like a high pressure nozzle on.
Jet wash.
You got bidet made by Karcher. The Karcher bidet. Find out at B&Q.
The bidet pressure washer.
Definitely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I've definitely used it for the chafing balls when I had that terrible ball itch a few years ago. Oh, brilliant. Mate, I was going to ask, so obviously in Australia, down in Queensland, they've got dangers, when they're on the long roads and stuff, and they've got to do the shit in the outback, because you've got snakes and spiders and dingoes, this, that, and the other. But I mean, even you've encountered some dangerous wild animals where you nearly got raped, didn't you, by a badger in the Rowhead Woods once? Can you remember that?
Well, I can't.
You had a badger fucking clawed you and ran up your back or
Trying to
something.
mount him.
Wasn't it near the old, near the Walnut Tree pub?
Right.
Wasn't it one evening you got fucking molested by a badger?
Yeah, I think so, because there was a badger around this way that used to attack people, which was nice. Go down the road and get assaulted by a badger.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because
No,
I don't know what's more dangerous, going for a shit in the outback or going for a
Yeah,
shit near the
Tollyden
Walnut
Woods.
Tree in fucking Rowhead.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it just went from my foot. I think, if I remember, I can't.
Okay.
When you
Can't
go for a
recall
shit,
off the
you
top
got
of my head,
everything's gonna be
but,
naked from the
yeah.
waist down. So maybe that's what the badger saw, some
Well,
little maggots
this is it.
under your feet, thinking they're like your little toes, thinking they're sausages.
Exactly. No, but this is a question, right? You do need, as far as I'm concerned, the proper toilet etiquette when you're going for a shit. You have to take off your trousers and pants.
No,
Simple as.
you always, if you
Not in a public toilet.
Oh no, not
you
in public. Not in public. No, you.
Because some blokes are weird about that.
do you
They
not like
fucking take
sometimes
all
like
his clothes
put your
off.
Yeah.
phone in your underwear like a hammock when you? Because obviously Adam doesn't because he goes commando, but like you pull your trousers down below your knees and then you got your underwear there, so you just pop your phone in there. No.
In
Oh,
a
I thought
public.
you meant like you go around with your phone on vibrate in your underpants.
Well, I never. I've always known that you've always gone to the toilet naked from the waist down. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Out in public.
It's going to be in
Out
your
in public,
eulogy.
I don't.
I'm going to put that in there.
Just,
No.
yeah. And he used to work for such and such for X amount of years, and he used to go to the toilet naked from the waist down.
Oh, because I mean, Ad, you've told some fucking right old rippers about your old boy in the bathroom, passing out and this, that, and the other, and getting shit on the bathroom floor. But have you got any more anecdotes about your dad having any awkward moments of late?
No, I haven't actually, to be honest with you. But going to the bog with your trousers and pants off. This is going back a couple of years ago. I went out for a meal, and up at the road was
I've been there
tied
for years.
on Ipswich Road. And
fucking classic food challenge, mayhem.
Yeah, And then I was like to the aunt, I've got to go for a shit. I really need a shit. And I was like, right, okay. Went to the toilet, and I went for a shit. And my rule is if I'm out in public, down to the ankles, that's it. Yeah. But unbeknown to me, I sat in the toilet and I hadn't put my dick in the toilet all the way.
I've been there, done that.
I thought I was pissing into the toilet.
Pants.
What actually was happening was I was pissing on my trousers.
I've done that before at home, luckily. Yeah, through the gap, yeah.
But through the gap?
Through the gap.
The gap between the rim and the toilet seat.
I got up off the toilet and went to pull my trousers up, and I was like, I'm fucking swimming in water here. And I was like, what the fuck? And there was a massive puddle of piss on the floor. And the back of my trousers were absolutely drenched. And I was like, shit. So I pulled them up. And I went to the hand dryer and tried sticking my ass under it to blow dry, but that won't happen. And this is before we'd ordered our food. And I went back into the restaurant. I was like, yeah, we've got to go. She's like, why? We only just got it. I was like, we've got to go. She's like, what? I was like, I've just been for a shit and I've just pissed all over my trousers and I'm soaked. So literally we walked in, she sat down, I went to the bog, I went to see her, told her that we had to leave. We both left. Yeah. The person who was running the restaurant was probably thinking, what the fuck? We drove home I got changed. We drove back and went and had a
meal. Rover's tie again.
Yeah.
You're going to go somewhere else, surely.
Oh.
Well,
that's
no,
a weird couple
no, you can't do that. Not with the steak that they do, man.
Yeah. Mate, that is quite a trek.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, from Roe Hedge back out to the Rover's Tie.
Yeah, is
that near Ipswich Road or something?
Or you could just imagine it now. We walked back in, and I was like, "Oh, there's that weird couple from earlier that disappeared." And then someone went in the toilet, and there was a swimming pool of piss.
Did I tell you guys about when I went to is it the George in Colchester? Yeah, the restaurant bit.
I don't know.
Hotel restaurant.
Well, I needed a slash, and I went up to I was like, which one's the men's? I don't know. Is it? And I was too busy looking at the men's side to notice the out of order sign on the men's toilet. So I went in the men's, went to the urinal. I was going for a slash. I was like, oh shit, there's all piss like where the tubes were. Like one of the tubes are cracked. I was like, oh shit, all this piss going on the floor. And this workman's like, oi, what are you doing? It's like, oh, sorry mate, I need the loo. This is the men's, and it's like, it's got out of order on the door. You've just pissed all over the floor. Oh, sorry mate. And then I just went out, looked. Oh shit! There wasn't out of order sign, and then went back to my table. Honestly, when you, I moan a lot in the past about you do a refit and how some people are really stupid at a shop. They try and push the way in even though it's shut. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like that because it was out of order, but I'd still got in there because I literally had the blinkers on. Felt like a dumb Joe member of the public.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. Oh, mate, I've had to do an abort mission thing on more than one occasion. So, when you've caught a colleague who's got the worst fucking violent shits, and then you walk into the bog and you're like, oh, fucking hell, and it's so loud, and you're fucking trying not to laugh
out loud.
What I've tried to do. Mate, what I'm trying to do in a tactical way is hold up my phone and press the voice record button. The voice record button on our group chat to record it. But then sometimes, if your phone volume's all the way up, it makes that stupid record activation sound. And I was like, when that sound appeared. Fuck me, I just set off my laughter and I just had to fucking bomb it back out because it's like they're going to know who I am by my laughter. But mate, you do feel sorry for now and again when you've got a colleague who's dying in pain and you can hear every fucking little bit of a sheep turd popping out, those rabbit pellets that come out. Fuck me.
That reminds me, actually, I had one that when you asked us ages ago, I had one. I just literally remembered it. The toilets at my work, they changed them and they fucked them up. Things that were built 20 years ago are better than they are now. That kind of thing. Well, at my work now, there's two cubicles next to each other, and when you flush one, the other one comes up a bit. Randomly, so you can probably imagine what happened when two blokes went for a shit at the same time. One bloke went for a shit, the other bloke flushed, and the shit touched his bum. It come up that far. They come out of the toilet. They were like, what's his face has just done a shit and flushed it, and it made my shit come up to the top and touch my ass again.
That grabbed me out so much. It's like when you're sat on a toilet and it's one of those older ones that's sort of got more of less of an oval shape, and then when your knob accidentally touches, your bell will end up touching the fucking rim under the seat, and you get fucking grossed out, and you're like, shit, I'm gonna catch herpes.
I've just touched
clap thing.
I've just gingerly touched. So how did you get AIDS, Sam?
My belly touched the toilet.
Oh mate, nasty. I'm there spitting on a bit of bog roll and trying to wipe the bell.
polish the bell up.
Fucking Saved by the Bell.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh,
Well,
mate, we're near the 50-minute mark.
all right.
So
Well, one
if you've
last
got,
one. Talking of touching
Yeah.
bells on the bog. Obviously, in the morning, you sometimes wake up with a bit of morning wood.
Morning glory.
Yeah. Oh, flagpole.
And usually, I in the morning wake up, go for a piss, and then about an hour later go for a shit. But this one morning,
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, "Oh my god, I need a shit." So here I am, go in the bog with a fucking Ranger on,
A stonking one.
fucking tucked it in the
Pointing north.
tucked it up in the under the seat, and I was
Yeah.
going for shit, and I was still half asleep, and I leant back, and my dick come flying out the bog while I was going for a piss. It went, and I fucking pissed on the toilet door. Literally, shit.
I feel so.
Oh, mate, I've just got this image now. Every time you're taking a shit, you're looking towards the direction of fingernails.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, fucking brilliant. I'm gonna give you my last one. And I don't know, Dave, because usually you end
I
up
can
with
do
one
one
fucking
more.
hell of a
I
cracker at the
think,
end.
but that's not really,
So-
but a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, mate, so my old mum, she was going for a walk with the dog, and she, because they live in quite a rural area of the city, where there's mostly woodland and stuff, so it's nice places to go for dog walks and stuff. And anyway, it was one cold morning, and I don't know why, but I just find that the cold sometimes hits you, and you got like this natural spasm in your bowels, and you need to let fucking rip. And my mum, only like 2 miles away from home in the middle of fucking nowhere, let rip, and she fucking shat herself on a dog walk. She had to fucking call an SOS to my dad to try and find her and fucking help her back to the car.
Oh, brilliant.
Fucking ring 111 about that. Oh.
Oh dear, that must be like the way. It's bad enough when you follow through when you're at home, but just imagine,
Oh.
or when you're, but when you're actually out, and I mean like rurally out.
Probably said it before.
Yeah, I know.
But that time that we were walking to the shops, Adam, and you shit yourself like halfway there, and you were like, "Oh, I might as well get to the shops. We're halfway here anyway." And we carried on to the shop and then went home again.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I've got to get a bag of tuck.
Exactly. You're not going to not do it, are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, fucking oath, mate.
Well,
what about Dave? Have you got any a final?
Well, I was
rip
more
of
like
an anecdote.
Well, at work, obviously we pick up a lot of people that pass away unexpectedly, and you'd be surprised how many people are on the toilet, or at least in the toilet somewhere. And there was I was talking to one of the ladies at work, and they said like, if you wake up in the night needing a crap, it's actually sometimes it can be quite a bad sign. Like I know, like internal plumbing or like heart attack, whatever kind of possible thing coming on. And you think, I literally, even to this day, even now, every time if I wake up in the night, I'm like, oh God, I don't need a poo, do I? Please don't need a poo. But no, if I had £1 for like every time I'd been collected someone in the bathroom that had puked everywhere and shat everywhere, I'd be a rich man. We always do the courtesy flush as well if they're still on there.
Oh.
Get rid of the evidence. What if they've got shit out their intestines?
We had one the other day where someone was suctioned to the toilet So me and my colleague literally had to like yoink them off to get them off.
Fucking grim.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, well, that reminds me of you know how the old boys have got these old nursery rhymes which they bastardize. It's a bit like how Grandad likes to say the one about "Hey diddle diddle, the cat did a piddle all over the kitchen floor. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the cat did a little bit more." You know that kind of one. Well, I heard one from the other blokes that sent me laughing off the earlier. It was old Mother Hubbard went over to the cupboard to fetch poor Rover a bone. As she went over, things changed over, and the dog gave the old bugger his bone. So fucking hell.
Beautiful.
Oh, on that note, we better wrap things up. So I'll let Dave give us any
It's been
closing
nice talking
words,
to you
mate.
guys. I'll see you all soon. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And a nice new year.
What about Ad, mate? Yes, and you too. Exactly, mate. And all the best with the recovery of the old
masturbation injury.
Uber wank injury.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
What about you, mate, Adam?
I haven't really got anything else to add, so just over and out from me, really, on that.
Okay, well, my final words are Adam, listen to Dave. He's a man of experience. Make sure you've got an empty Oasis bottle in your vehicle so you can go for a fucking big old slash in it.
Definitely.
Anyway, boys, stay out of your souls and I'll speak to you later, you chronic masturbators.